In January of 2013, in the dead of winter, I swam across the Yellow River in a city called Xining in the Qinghai province, south of Mongolia. As part of a small group of foreigners crazy enough to swim with me, I met a guy named Josh. Josh is a South African living in Shenzhen, specializing in fitness. He told me about his passion for physical health and talked to me about a gym he was opening with his partners. Together, we braved the negative 19-degree weather to swim 500 meters in the freezing, raging waters. Fast forward almost 2 years. Josh has grown his gym with his partners, and so I asked if I could pay him a visit as part of my stay in Shenzhen. I gave him a mission to give me a workout regimen that was flexible enough that I could do it on the road, but also comprehensive enough to give me the training I needed to climb Mount Everest in March.
Hi. Hi, Kate. How you doing?
Oh, you're so strong.
How you doing?
He's riding around the world on a bicycle for 5 years, right? He's
How about Russia?
a route.
Yeah, Petersburg.
You go through Petersburg?
Yeah. Okay. I can tell.
Just now, I'll show you his bike is upstairs. A special bike made for that.
Of
Just
course.
at the front gate, front entrance. There we go. Look, and this is the the setup and the layout, and you've been into gyms and you know the vibe. This area is your normal free weight stuff. The green is actually the closest sort of category you could associate to it is the CrossFit.
Yeah,
The
like
CrossFit.
climbing and
lifting, all that sort of stuff. And then obviously the blue is your sort of interval with rowing machines, running and bikes, right? If they've had some surgery or they've had some injury, and then we work with them on whatever it is to get them back to, if they want to be fit for sport again or just be fit in general, right? So yeah, we help with a lot of those things.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so we do like a lot of hands-on and a lot more specialized stuff than a normal commercial gym would approach it, because we have the sort of specialized skilled trainers to do it, right? A lot of commercial gyms, when they start up, big, small, they may not have the spread of knowledge to actually give those kind of trainings and programs, and then they won't have the equipment. So that's how ours all sort of starts. And there's like for your training specifically, actually there's a new program I really like that it's a 4-month program that you can sort of re-loop over.
Okay.
But it's something that requires you to do like 4 by 20 to 30 minutes a week.
Okay.
And it's a short, sharp thing, and it's the type of thing that once you got the program and you know the movements, if you're in an area that has a gym, you can go to the gym and do it. But if you're not, if you're in the middle of nowhere, you can still actually do 80% of what the program is.
Minus
so
equipment.
the 1 or 2 things that are missing, yeah. But there's always like an adjustment where, for example, if an exercise in the gym would have been a squat with a weight, you're going to say, oh, well, you've got your cooler box, so you just do 10 of those. That type of thing. So you need a routine that's literally like something you kind of look forward to every day, because you're like, yeah, it's just 20 minutes of feel-good stuff, and then I still have the energy and the output to do the riding. So the program's really, really simple, and exactly the type of thing I think, yeah, as I say, when you're cruising along, you can do it anywhere, it's not too much. And I'm gonna say, let's like start off with here in Shenzhen, obviously we're in the gym, and then every time we do a workout, I'll be saying to you like, okay, this exercise, if you weren't in
You
the
can
gym,
adapt it
that's
this
how you
way,
train
or
it. And you'll get it like this, you'll see the thing, and then by the time you head off, it's 4 or 5 pages of this program. It's very easy just to refer back to, right? And as I say, the main thing is like for yourself, you want to be good and joint work and not overweight. Because if you're traveling the world on a bike where you've got 160 Ks, the last thing you want is excess body weight.
Okay, so Josh has given me a workout to do. It's something that's adaptable. It's something that I can do all over the world, depending on whatever location I'm at. I'm gonna start the first set and we'll do 4 reps of this routine that he's given me. So this is day 1, and I'm just gonna do it, and then I'll show you a little bit more about it later. The first phase was broken into 2 circuits, where each circuit is meant to be done in a series, running through a set of movements in a smooth but brisk pace, resting 2 minutes, then repeating the whole series 4 times. The idea is to keep your heart rate up, hit all your major and support muscle groups, and be as efficient as possible with your time. Movement number 1 in Circuit A was goblet squats using kettlebells. This can be substituted on the road for a loaded backpack, for example. Next is dumbbell presses. This can be reversed into a push-up if you don't have access to a bench or a bar. Rows can be easily duplicated on the road, using everything from a can of soda to a loaded wet bag. Then you move directly into kettlebell Romanian deadlifts. Romanian deadlifts like this are really good to strengthen the lower back as long as you keep your back nice and straight, you bend at the pelvis, and you get a bag if you're on the road to supplement the kettlebell. And then planks. These are good go-to exercise anywhere you can find an open area. Simply vary the hand placement to accommodate different muscle groups. Circuit B starts immediately after resting 2 minutes and after the 4th set of Circuit A, and will be repeated 3 times with 2 minutes rest in between each movement, just like Circuit A. And if this sounds a little complicated, don't worry. I put a full printout of the exercise routine below this video. Just follow the link. The first movement is pull downs. This can be duplicated in the real world by substituting pull-ups, say from a strong tree branch or a horizontal bar. The glute bridge can target the butt and the lower thigh. These are areas that if you're riding a recumbent trike, it sometimes gets neglected and doesn't get worked out as much as it should. Now, reverse lunges target the rear of your legs, the thigh, and the butt, and can be done without adding any weight. You can just do this free. Targeting the shoulders and back is really important, especially when riding recumbent. And the lateral raises can be done with similar weighted wet bags, or alternating sides with one arm and then doing the other arm on a good-sized travel bag. So I did the first regiment today. This is phase 1 then, would you say?
Yeah, phase 1, yeah.
Okay. And it was okay. I feel it in my back. Because I have this chair and it's relatively comfortable, I think that I lose a little bit because I actually have to
get too comfortable.
I get too comfortable.
Yeah,
and then I don't work out my back at all.
That's true, yeah. Can you squeeze? Ah, nice.
Day 2, phase 2, and this one has 3 circuits. Circuit A is similar to yesterday's workout and consists of a series of movements done one after another with 2 minutes rest between each completed series, repeating the series 5 times. The first movement, isolating the shoulders with an isolated overhead press. A great movement to substitute a backpack or a bag you might have on your trike. The Romanian deadlift is a perfect exercise for the road cyclist, strengthening your lower back, legs, upper back, and shoulders. On the road, you can lift your trike instead of a straight bar, increasing the reps to compensate for the lighter weight of the trike depending on how it feels. Now, barbell rows are a bit gym specific. It might be difficult to find a heavy straight bar that you can do this exercise on in the real world. But you can substitute this by doing one-arm rows with a heavy bag or a wet bag or something in your pack. Leg raises are a great thing to work your abs and the top of your thighs, strengthening that point of contact between your leg and pelvis. All you need to do is find a tree, hang from it, and kick those legs up as high as you can. Bulgarian split squats help you with balance, ankle support muscles under the knee and the thigh. All of these are important whether you're riding a trike, bike, or intend to conquer the tallest mountain in the world. Plus, it's an easy exercise to perform anywhere you can find an elevated surface. After a 2-minute break, you start with Circuit B, breaking up the monotony a little bit with a single movement exercise. 3 sets of kettlebell swings lasting 45 seconds with a 2-minute rest in between. Kettlebells can be substituted on the road for loading a pack or a dry bag. Now, one of the things Josh stressed with me was proper movement. It's not an easy thing to swing a kettlebell for the first time like I did. The key is to move your legs and pelvis, not your shoulders and arms. Your body should create a natural swing that propels the kettlebell or whatever you use up and then back down to arrest it naturally between your legs. Your job is to keep the swinging motion going using your core. Finishing off workout phase 2 with Circuit C turned out to be my favorite and got my heart rate up high and sweating. All of these are easy to do on the road and could be performed on their own by increasing the number of circuits. In this case, 2 sets with a 30-second rest in between, starting with a set of push-ups and then moving to a set of jump squats. Remember when doing jump squats that you need to bring your backside down as low as possible, push your body up high off the ground, all the while keeping your back perpendicular to the ground and straight. Finish off this circuit with a 30-second plank. When you're finished with that, rest 2 minutes, run it through again, and then you're done for the day. The next day's exercise is phase 3. This picks up the pace a little and has 3 circuits. Circuit A is a single movement circuit consisting of 3 sets of deadlifts with 2 minutes rest in between. Weight should be light to moderate, but enough to get you out of breath and get your heart rate up. An alternative to this on the road would be lifting heavy objects like a dry bag from a deadlift position. Circuit B is performed immediately after, 4 sets with 2 minutes rest in between. Starting with a javelin overhead press. This can be accomplished with a heavy log or a long object. The goal here is to strengthen the shoulder, neck, and the wrist muscles while you keep that object stable as it's going up and down. Next, goblet squats. Remember to raise the weight over your head and make the movements smooth. Now, the single leg hip raise was a little awkward, but I could feel the effects over the long term. This could be a great exercise that goes a step further than the glute bridge to isolate the joint connecting the leg to the pelvis. The final circuit here is a simple free movement circuit that is intended to be performed only once, starting with a standard plank all the way to failure. Rock it out until you can't take it anymore. At least do a minute and a half. Start from there. Move directly into a 45-second set of jumping jacks, and then into a TRX row to failure. Now, TRX straps, if you haven't heard of them, are a great tool to carry on the road with you. They can be attached easily to everything from a doorstop to a tree branch, and they're not that heavy. I suggest picking up a pair if you're interested in diversifying your routine on the road. The 4th day and the final phase is a 3-circuit phase and is performed with a bit of a new twist. In the circuit, you have 5 minutes to run through as many exercises as possible, then rest for 3 minutes. Each circuit is done 3 times. Circuit A starts with 6 horizontal dumbbell raises. Bags of any sort could be used in place of dumbbells. You move from there straight into 6 flat curls. Again, you can use the same bag from the previous exercise. Continue this for 5 minutes straight without a break. Take a 4-minute break when you're finished, and at the end of that 4-minute break, start straight into Circuit B, which starts with 6 reverse lunges per side. Perform these movements slow and steady, and using your body weight is acceptable here. Finishing with that moves you directly into 6 face pulls. This exercise is about working the center of the back between the shoulders. If you are on the road, you can use your TRX straps or try to find something like a tree branch that hangs vertically over the road, and then you can kind of pull your face up to the branch over and over, pressing that point between your back. After this, perform 8 overhead presses. Try to find a long bar or a weighted object if you're on the road, and then repeat all the movements for 5 minutes until it's over. Then rest for 4 minutes. Repeat this 3 times. Trust me, it'll rock you out. Finally, Circuit C consists of 6 deadlifts and 6 chest raises. On the road, your trike can be rigged as a substitute for the deadlift, and a bag can be used as the chest raise. At the end of this exercise, my heart rate was soaring. The object of Phase 4 is to push your cardio to a new level and bring your upper body into the mix, which is something that can be neglected when you're on the road riding for hours on end. Okay, all that's well and good, but I wanted to challenge Josh to give me a routine that I can do anywhere. So we went out to the road, and he kind of showed me a couple of moves that I can use in real time with his assistance out in the field.
All right, so what are we doing now?
So today we're going to go through some training stuff that we'll take from adapting what we would have done in the gym and transferring it to outside, so that when you're going along, if you happen to have a gym or not, your program can still be progressive and build on itself.
Okay, so like Josh was saying, that today is all about practical usage of the lessons that he taught me in the gym. So now I've brought the trike on the roadside, and this trike is laid out almost exactly as it would be if I was riding around the world. Now it's up to Josh to tell me what those workouts can be translated from the gym to the outdoors.
Now, Josh and I were just doing some experimenting, taking the workouts from the gym into the real world. First, we attempted to mimic a deadlift or squat using my cycle trailer. I learned real quick that prior planning is important in replicating real-world circumstances.
I just tore my pants.
Oh my god.
Yeah, go nice and deep in those pants, yeah.
I wore the pants I normally wear on my ride, you know?
Yeah.
These are my riding pants.
Okay.
Or my riding pants.
Test the range then based on that, yeah.
An elevated surface like a bench or a ledge can be incorporated into many forms of exercise. For push-ups, jump squats, or simply using it to create new exercises like hop-ups. The idea behind Josh's program is creativity and flexibility.
Well, I don't want to do the push-ups and the plank and the jump squats exactly. That's getting a little bit boring, right? But factoring in you only have this. You can change the jump squats so that you're now doing single leg, right? So I'm gonna first try here, make sure I can make it. But that's, yeah. So you could adjust the jump squats to single, right? And just do, say, 6 per side. Like that, right? Given the height differential.
Yeah.
Plank, you could change it out so that instead of just being stuck like this,
You lifting a leg or?
yeah, lifting a leg's a good idea. Maybe that for 30 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Or lift the leg in an
How about lift both legs?
Yeah. Let's see what we can load up with a backpack, and let's see if we can do a little routine that uses the backpack only. I have a few ideas for movements there.
Cool.
One being the goblet squat, another one being some form of row, if you can get the handle tight enough, and then the last one's actually a swing. You can use the bag
You could use it as a
yeah. And with kettlebell swings, you never need a lot of weight. Actually, a lot less than other movements, so you can load it up with
cool.
just a bit.
AB, show Josh what you do for your exercise.
At home.
In the bathroom.
Yeah, just
40 minutes.
40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Shit.
We practiced a few movements, supplementing backpacks or gear for kettlebells, and using the space we had effectively.
So what I did here is I loaded in a few of the items that I can throw around. Obviously, I don't want to put my camera gear like loaded up, but for the most part, these are items that I'm not so worried about.
Oh, I'm not good. Yeah, just like that. If a weight is really light, you need to go at least 20. Generally accepting if you were doing a body weight movement like push-ups, body weight squats. Elbow, right? In a running fashion. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For the swings, you could give a little bit more bend from the legs, but I don't know if you're taking what's left of the hands. Shredding. Pop that down just into 30.
We quickly used a few different terrains in the area to challenge me to create and innovate on the spot.
Seeing that, you can feel it even sort of like opens up the lungs, and you kind of you're really gasping for breath, right? That's what you want.
And I would have to imagine that you could do this exercise anywhere.
Yeah, you could almost literally do this.
Yeah, run in the bathroom.
Yeah. What the hell's going on with my heart?
Your heartbeat. Oh, that's a lot.
That's a lot for me.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's
Climbing mountain is just 60.
129.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah,
Okay, that's.
I maxed at 160.
Yeah. Okay, shit. Okay, my
You're a
max
good
heart rate is high.
master. Make him.
So just a point for.
You could do, like he said, one series, like these were 2 series in this phase, or you could or you could expand on that and do 3 sets and then 3 sets, or if you couldn't do this, you do 4 sets or 5 sets of 1. I tried to do this as if I finished my ride or I began my ride, but a few notes. These are my bike pants. These are not necessarily your workout pants, so it's always good to keep your workout pants ready for your exercise and get rid of them when you start your exercise. Now these are holy, and that was a problem. Also, I wore my bike Shimano shoes, my clip-ins, and again, keep your tennis shoes ready so that you can swap those out when you want to do your exercises and then go back into your Shimanos. I wanted to give it a try,
Yeah,
to see, and I found that jumping on that marble chair was not good to do with the metal clamps. And when I was doing the, what was that, the running?
Oh, the mountain climbers.
Mountain climbers, that the back ends were flopping out because these soles are hard. So when you bend like this, it actually wants to pull the heel out.
Yeah.
So
yeah, footwear is always important, right?
yeah.
You could even consider doing it barefoot sometimes.
Barefoot,
the
yeah,
landing
yeah.
on the jump squats would be pressure you're not used to because you wear shoes, but something as a human being you should actually be able to.
Sure.
So yeah, we could do it.
Yeah, so pop your shoes off if you have to. That's an even better idea.
Phase 2, as you know, it's like 5 minutes of just going between 2 exercises rather than a circuit of 4 or 5. So without getting into the detail of why it's different from phase 1, it is different for a certain reason. So phase 2 is circuits like that, and phase 2 is where you take a set time period, just keep going between 2. So in the interest of factoring in lack of equipment and all that, we're going to choose the most basic ones: push-ups and bodyweight squats.
Okay.
Now the idea is that you don't kill yourself on either one because you need to keep going for 5 minutes. So the number you want to use is just 6. Everyone can do 6 push-ups, 6 bodyweight squats. By themselves is easy, but after 5 minutes you're going to feel it. So literally 6 push-ups into 6 bodyweight squats, and then back to 6 push-ups and back.
So just 2 exercises?
Just 2 exercises. Boom, boom. So you can see where the fatigue will come in, right?
Yeah. It'll come in on the
on about the
push-ups.
6th or 3rd round. Yeah. So each time it's just 6 and focusing on a nice full movement.
And for 5 minutes?
For 5 minutes, yeah. So you definitely want to
So where's my
for
Okay. So.
It didn't take long for me to appreciate how effective simple movements repeated over and over can be. If you're interested in getting a look at the workout Josh at FRESHe Fitness prepared for me, it's in the description below, and it's attached by a link to a PDF you can carry with you. Please remember that I am not a professional in fitness, and some of my forms were not completely accurate. I just want to show you what I was taught in the best way I could. Get proper guidance from a fitness professional before you attempt any complex or heavy weight movements. But the key here is to do something to keep it up and be healthy so you can tackle the world.
Anyone who ever tells you they don't have a place to work out, you tell them just do this for 5 minutes, right? So how are you feeling after that, right?
Good.
Exhausted, yeah. So just as you've seen with like no exercise, you can get a lot done. For volume, let's say this was the only thing you were doing today. This was today's routine. I would say do that 3 or 4 times. 4th, you can muster through it. It's the exact same exercises. So I would say possibly what you want to do is maybe these 2 for 5, and then another 2 like you could do jumping jacks. Even 6 is all right. And then say plank where you go 1, 2, 3. If you're picking exercises like jumping jacks and planks, you got to still stick with the idea of the sort of 6 reps, if you will, which with plank means some kind of movement. And yeah, 3 or 4 times gives you a 15 to 20 minutes. And at this sort of intensity, you can feel that's enough.
Yeah.
And for weekly volume again, remember, we're only sort of asking you to do this type of stuff 4 times a week. So it's not even that every morning you wake up you need to do this 4 times a week. So you pick your days. When you want off and what days you're not feeling it, or the cycling was more or less, or it was too hot today. It's just 4 times out of 7, so it's pretty manageable. It's almost every second day, if you will. Right?
Cool.
Awesome, yeah.
Cool.
Nice one. See him again.
All right, guys, so you have no excuse. If you're riding around the world, you're touring, your legs are getting a lot of exercise, but not even all your legs. And you've got to really do a whole body workout in order to stay toned and fit and do all those amazing things that you want to do on your tour. I want to climb Everest, so yeah, I gotta make sure that I'm
I'm
top notch.
strong. Yeah.
So JaYoe.
JaYoe.